he was not allowed to ever mention it. And as he's telling me the story of when he left home at 16 and walked up a dusty road outside of San Antonio, Texas, literally with a knapsack on his back, to go and try and make some money to help support his sisters. Just outside of town, there was a show setting up, and it was a train show, and it was called Morris and Castle's Shows. And he went in and asked for a job, and he was with them until he was 28, 29 years old. And as he was telling me this, he brings out 2 pictures that he had kept secret in the garage, the only place that she would not venture, because he also kept a pint of Old Crow just for old time's sake, in the hopes that someday he might be able to get a little something. But she was a tough gal, and so he showed me these pictures. I will tell you that today, in my apartment in Los Angeles, those pictures are blown up about the size of this ice sculpture right here. They're on my walls. One of them is him in front of a merry-go-round. The other one is in front of a train that says Morris Castle Shows on it. And the rest of my growing up life with my grandparents, he never spoke of it except when we were alone. And Mike Featherstone knows this story and asked me to tell you, he would take my buddies and I, when there was a local, the state fair, the county fair, not the state fair, the county fair, which was in Beaumont, Texas, or the local carnival, which was in Port Arthur, my town. And I can tell you the exact street where we were. I was 16 years old, and I can tell you the street. It was 16th Street and 9th Avenue. And there was a carnival, and he took me and my buddies there. And he had taken us to many, such shows. But this time I wanted him to come in because I wanted to win some of the games. And he knew how they all worked. Not to cast any aspersions on any game. But he told me he was the only chance I've had of winning anything. This was a long time ago, times have changed, I know. And I said, Paul, why don't you come in with us? Come in with us. He said, oh, no, I can't. No, I can't do that. I said, just come in till we go through the game area. Just come in and hang out with us. No, I can't do that. And this is a man who would refuse me nothing. And I said, Paul, why won't you come in? And he said words I will never, ever forget. He said, if I go in, I won't come back. A different kind of carnival. The entertainment business. It was so amazing to him and so moving to him. But I can tell you this, honestly. I have been extraordinarily fortunate in my career. I have done many, many feature films. I've done God knows how many television series that failed. I'm finally on one that has hit, and we're going into our 7th year. That's mainly because of Kira and me, or me and Kira. And I've been able to travel the world doing films and working on the stage and working on television. And I can say from the depth of my heart, I can tell you that my being invited to speak to you people here tonight would would honor him and move him more than anything that I have ever done in my career. God. So when I was at his funeral and I gave the eulogy, I talked about his time in the carnival and what it meant to him and how it made him one of the great men that he was. So when it was all over, if you've been to Baptist funerals, they all go by the casket, you know, they all scream and holler. Then they go outside, and then the family goes by the casket. And we're all going by the casket. And my grandmother, bless her heart, who was the center of my being and my greatest champion and friend, was sobbing and sobbing and sobbing and sobbing, you know, sobbing over the body, sobbing over this, sobbing. They had to pull her off the casket. We're taking her out, and she's sobbing. And just as we get to the door, before we meet the public, she grabs my arm right here in this pinch, right here, this little area here, grabs me right there. I mean, that sobbing stops like that. And she says, "I cannot believe you told them about that carnival."
Swear to God, absolutely true story. I went on 10 minutes about how great HBO was. It's a good time. Well, they were paying the bills and buying the booze, so anyway, I do appreciate this. I really do, completely. And now this may aggravate some people. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you read or you don't read or like or don't like. I will tell you this: I am the single largest buyer, and I got a letter from the author. I am the single largest buyer of the book Water for Elephants. I gave it to so many people because it was my grandfather. That if you read the book, that is my grandfather. And I gave that book to so many people because it tells our story.
Very nice. And yes, you were at the Showmens. Just last year, we purchased a new building, and there's a skyscraper, a $1 billion skyscraper on the site now of our old clubhouse. And he came in there one day, and Diane, she's here. He asked if he could look at pictures. I don't think Diane Burmaster even knew it was him. And he spent 3-4 hours in the old clubhouse there digging through the photos and things there. And I don't think anybody even knew he came. We are going to make Angelo a life member. Congratulations. Thank you. Thanks, Angelo. Richard Hansen.
Congratulations.
Mr. Richard Hansen, please come on up. Mr. Hansen orchestrated our yearbook, coordinated all the efforts, and got it printed and got it delivered to your table. Been a big help for me and my family. Coordinated the efforts here this evening for the banquet. And I just wanted to give him a presidential award. To Mr. Richard Hansen. Yay! No, thank you. Thank you.